Dear friends, be blessed by the divine. Now we are going to contemplate on the topic free will as described by our Guru. The relationship of nature and will is understood only to a limited extent by the scientists and psychologists. But the philosophy expounded by yogis after their attainment of perfection is very perspicuous in the concept of relation between nature and will. All the ethical codes are framed only on such perfect understanding. They had taken the truth, the primordial state as one end and the consciousness as the other end, and visualize the whole universe as existing between them both. Here, the truth is understood as omnipotent, absolute, infinite, and static state. The energy was assumed as the movement or force of truth in tiny volumes of fantastic self-rotating action. They named the energy as Akash, which is the fundamental particle of atom of all elemental values. The masses were found as different shapes and various intensities of association of energy, that is Akash. The same truth in the other end was found functioning as consciousness through mass and energy. The consciousness extends, expands, shrinks, and takes all the shapes, forms, and qualities. In the process of taking such shapes by the contact of things through senses and the involvement of feeling pain or pressure sensation, the consciousness is diversified and the understanding is restricted up to that. As a result, the consciousness gets a forgetful state of self. When the consciousness develops to its full potentiality, then it realizes its own greatness and value from the primordial state to the conscious state. Only in such a perfection of consciousness, the will and nature become one. Then the consciousness attains the correct perspective and perpetual awareness in all its activities. In the process of development of consciousness, as to its fragmentation and diversities, it is enslaved by its own habits and sensual intoxications. There, the will is not free. This is the state of forgetfulness, that's illusion or maya. When the consciousness realizes its own primordial state and then functions with awareness, it becomes free will. In this state of self-awareness, the consciousness will not become slave to the sensual feelings, but will function only when there is a need. It gets full liberation from all the bondages and illusory attachments. There is neither intoxication nor forgetfulness. This state is really the free will. Thank you all. Be blessed by the divine. My dear friends, all of you be blessed by the divine. Today we continue our contemplation on the topic free will as described by our Guru. In modern concept, the free will is interpreted wrongly. The permissiveness and free deeds of sensual impulses are classified as free will. Such a wrong notion clearly indicates that they have not understood the relationship between nature and will. Sensual perception is only surface perception. Nature alone is the bottom of it. It is necessary to perceive both in their true relationship to understand truth. The opportunity of permissiveness to do as you like is not free will. Free will is something else. It is the mental faculty of intuitive perception, liberating oneself then and there from the unwanted involvement and problems of life. Free will is the state of freedom and peace of consciousness which should be achieved by perfection. For example, one person is addicted to smoking. He somehow comes to understand that his smoking habit is bad for his health, and so he wants to give up. But he is unable to give it up in spite of his ardent desire to do so. Why? Because his will is already enslaved. How can this state of will be considered as free will? Further, suppose one smokes neglecting the consequences. Can it be taken as a free will? It was not his real need. He saw somebody smoking and then he also started to do it. He is enslaved by his sensual excitement. He will become a slave by witnessing the deeds of some others. Can it be conceived as free will? Some speakers and writers say that the conditioning of the mind with any imposition of faith or concept is misleading. Of course, conditioning the mind, thereby shutting the doors of opportunity for liberation permanently is bad. But conditioning the mind for streamlining its activity and disciplining the physical behaviors for harmonious life up to a stage and age of self-sufficiency is very much essential for human life. When one is not able to understand the consequence of his deed, his mind and deed should be conditioned by the realized persons by impositions of their experiences or by a fiction, whatever is found suitable to the individual concerned. If it is not done in the beginning, after the wrong deeds become habits, then it will be very difficult to change even after one understands that such habits are bad. Habits become a second nature and man is a victim of his habits. Only in the darkness of ignorance of the relationship between nature and will, the whole world is bewildered. For name, fame, power, and money, the art of perplexity is freely developing. Opportunities have intruded in all fields of life and maneuvering their skillful techniques to exploit the society. Competitions in such exploitation crushes the culture of mankind all over the world. The religious teachers have failed in their efforts. They are unable to show a better way of life and bring the world to normalcy and peace. Conditioning the mind of people with faith and fiction is found a failure. Thank you all. Be blessed by the divine. My dear friends, all of you be blessed by the divine. We continue our contemplation on the topic free will as described by our Guru. When one is not able to understand the consequence of his deed, his mind and deed should be conditioned by the realized persons, by impositions of their experiences, or by a fiction, whatever is found suitable to the individual concerned. If it is not done in the beginning, after the wrong deeds become habits, then it will be very difficult to change, even after one understands that such habits are bad. Habits become a second nature and man becomes a victim of his habits. Only in the darkness of ignorance of the relationship between nature and will, the whole world is bewildered. For name, fame, power, and money. The art of perplexity is freely developing. Opportunities have intruded in all fields of life, and maneuvering their skillful techniques to exploit this society. Competitions in such exploitation crushes the culture of mankind all over the world. The religious teachers have failed in their efforts. They are unable to show a better way of life and bring the world to normalcy and peace. Conditioning the mind of people with faith and fiction is found a failure. The scientists cannot show a better reformation to the world by the method of permissiveness and increase of commodities. Then, what is the solution? The problem of the society is the problem of each individual. Every citizen has the right of putting up the question to the religious heads and modern scientists. How can they answer? The evidence of their failure is chaotic condition of the human society all over the globe. They both concede their incapacity. O brothers, scientists, and religious heads, I will give you both a simple solution. If you become receptive to my words, relaxing yourself from your obstinate vanity, you both will succeed in your careers of reforming the society in a shorter period. First, you remember the fact that the mechanism of man is labyrinth. The personality of man is confined to the four phenomena: truth, energy, body, and consciousness. The consciousness starts from feeling and gets perfection in the realization of its own evolutionary process. People are living in various stages in the development of their consciousness. Wherever there is obstruction for the development of knowledge and for harmony of life, there the problems, miseries, pains, restlessness start, develop, and spread. This is the present condition of human society. Be blessed by the divine. Thank you all. My dear friends, all of you be blessed by the divine. Let us continue our contemplation on the topic free will as described by our Guru. To reform the society, all these conditions and causes should be sincerely and well assessed. Conditioning the mind and deed of children and mentally undeveloped persons under faith or fiction is always an inevitable need for human life. When a man is developed in his knowledge to a level of understanding, he should be provided with the opportunity to realize the truth by philosophical teachings like meditation and systematic introspection. Only to achieve the free will as a primary step, the conditioning of mind and deed should be followed. Who is the authority to condition the mind? Only the truth realized person is competent. Conditioning the mind is only the primary step. The other step, liberating the person from the chain of conditioning, is necessary in proper time. Unless the religious head who takes up the responsibility of leading the people by conditioning the mind is a realized person, how can he liberate the conditioned victim in proper time? How many religious heads are now in the world? There are only a very few of them who are perfect souls. This is the real cause why religion has failed to lead the people successfully. Now all the religious kids should attain self-realization. This is the cure. Why are the scientists unable to show a better method of reformation of mankind? They are not free. Only a few scientists begin to think over the relationship between nature and will. In a short time, they will feel the responsibility of chalking out a program for the emancipation of mankind. Even then, they also should enter into the realization of self for better results. The rigid conservation on conditioning of mind of a person permanently is absurd. Similarly, the boundless liberalism or permissiveness to the innocent and ignorant by age and knowledge is dangerous to the human society. Conservatism and liberalism both are essential, but they both should be helping one another. Now the time has come. Delay will cause ruin to the human race. Scientists, religious heads, politicians, and businessmen all should join together and chalk out a plan for the reformation of culture of mankind. Politics, economics, and education should all aim at rearing up the children in this new culture, where the oneness of mankind will be the goal and self-realization the path, and wherein free will rule over forgetful, illusory, self-ruining habits. Thus, mankind will come to enjoy the fruits of living in conformity with nature, and there ever will be enlightened harmony and peace all over the world. Be blessed by the divine. Thank you all.